If you're watching the replay, there's going to be a triple play today. We have 3 videos right in a row. Are we live yet? Okay, we're live on Facebook. If you're seeing this on Facebook, would love for you to share my video, share it to my groups so everybody can learn what's new in Cricut Design Space. Welcome everybody on YouTube.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you to everyone who came earlier. If you're seeing the chat in the video screen, this chat comes from YouTube. We come here, some of us come here like an hour before the video and start chatting and talking about whatever we want to talk about. And those of you on Facebook or on Twitch, you're seeing that chat, you can come to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/melodylane, and you can get in the chat and you'll see it in the video. I am not, hold on. I gotta get my chat for Facebook and everything. It wasn't working. Let me try to restart it. If not, see what happens. I don't know if that's gonna work or if I can just only see the chat from YouTube. And if that's the case, then I can't answer any questions live on Facebook. So I like to answer your questions live. You can all join us on YouTube because that chat seems to not be working. So today we're going to go over the new stuff in Design Space. And I also want to let you know we're going to do another video right after this one. I set it for 12:15. If we get done with this video earlier, we will do that. I just wanted some extra time in case this one went long, if people have more questions. Okay, now it's working for Facebook. And we're going to do a triple video. I have the Empress machine by Anna Griffin I got from HSN, and I want to start using it. And I thought I might as well open it live and see what it's all about and check it out because I have something I want to emboss for my video on Tuesday. I'm probably going to be live on Monday too. But Tuesday, I'm putting together this box. Let me see. So I'm putting together this box. This is my spring box. It has a little swing. Can you see that swing? Sorry about the glare. But isn't that fun? I love this box. And it was so much fun to put together. Look, I put a little bird on the house. Is that fun? I think it's fun. So I have that video already set up in, hold on, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, on YouTube. So you can set a reminder for that. That's going to be Tuesday at 4. Let me show you Design Space. So here is my channel, and there it says I'm live. So the video after this one, if you're watching this one, you don't need to set the reminder. And this one will come after that one. And then we have a spring cube. You can just set the reminder for that. And it will remind you to come back for that video. Okay, are we ready for Design Space? Let me do one more thing.
You are
Whoops,
watching.
I knew that was going to happen. There we go. Sorry. Let me do one more thing that I sometimes have forgotten to do. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up. You guys are amazing. I have the best subscribers ever and the best supporters. Here's a shout out to just a few of the people who support my channel on Patreon. Denise, Bianca, Heather, Deborah, Margaret, Bridgetta, Treva, Millie, Tammy, Kimberly, Lynn, Jeannie, Patricia, Christine, Ashley, Johnny, Karen, Samantha, Susan, Barbara, Nancy, Catherine, Leslie, Susan, Meta, Melissa, Christine, Ellen, Tony, Dale, Mary Jane, Marion, Mickey, Margarita, Jenny, Chris, Christy, Donna, Rebecca, Laura, Allison, Shamina, Christy, Clarice, Donna, Yvonne, and Mercedes. And here's a shout out to a few of the people who co-sponsor every video. Thanks, guys. You're awesome. Okay. I got it turned off, so if I switch back and forth, it's not going to come back on. Lolly's asking, where do you buy 12 by 12 acetate? If you look at the description of the video, I have an Amazon store. I don't physically sell it. It's just things I use and suggest. And I get a small commission if you use that. There is Cricut acetate 12 by 12 in the store, in the Amazon store. Oh, put all your questions in caps. I've already done a video showing all the new things in Design Space, but some people have had some questions. So if you have questions, if you could put them in all caps, and I see your questions on Facebook too, and on YouTube, and we can go over the new things or what you may be having trouble with. Okay, let's go to Design Space. Okay, some things, oh, we can't see on the layers panel, can we? Zoom. Move that over. So we need something on our canvas. So if you're brand new to Design Space, this is the canvas, and you click images, and you have probably 70,000 images. There's 60,000 included in Access. This little green arrow means it's Access. These calendars are always free. We keep using the same images every week. Let's try something different. Is there anything you guys want me to search? This is cute. Let's bring this in. This was a pin from the Mountain Make-a-thon. We actually have this in a metal little pin. Can you hide the layers panel? Great question. You cannot hide the entire layers panel. I can move the browser back and forth. So like I can go like this. Look, holographic iron-on, isn't that pretty? Or I can just make it wider. That's the only thing. You can on the iPad, but not on this. Carol Paulus asked, can you do a video on layering earrings? I did a video on earrings where I used iron-on. Okay, so this one actually has a lot of layers. They actually have each word as a layer. That's a lot. What was I going to show you? Oh, so if you want to change the color, let's change the color of the main part, the black, just so I can show you, because other things are smaller. Let's make it bigger so you can see it better. Okay, so to change the color, and I noticed myself was forgetting that. I would always click over here and do that. Now you can, this is all grouped together. You know it's grouped together because when you click on any image here, it selects them all. So when you do that, it does not have the color. The color has now moved up here to the top. This is a cut image. Everything on here is a cut image. So it has a question mark because it has so many colors. If you click that question mark, it will show you every color that's in this project. But that doesn't help you. If you click one of these, it changes everything to the same color. I'm going to undo. So if you just want to change the color of one layer like this, you have to click on it in the layers panel. Just like before you clicked on it in the layers panel, but now you have to come over here and click here. Let's add another color, and we can pick from down here. I don't know, what color do we want? So that changed everything that was black, everything in this layer, to teal. Oh, on Facebook, the links are not in the video yet. The links are in YouTube. Hi, Kenny. Are you enjoying yourself at Creativation? Okay, do we have any questions about this? If we wanted to change this to print, this is a question many people ask. You can change to print here. It just changed them all to print, and you can see it says print. Ronald. Oh, Ronald says, thanks, Melody, mods, supporters, and all those that watch. Teamwork makes the dream work. We are awesome. Yes, we are awesome. Here, that goes for these little emojis. We're one big team. So now it changes everything to print. We can fill or print. Now this, let's see what this does. We don't want to do this. See, it just changes it all to one color. Now, since we changed it to all print up here, what it did is flatten it, I think. Oh, no, it didn't. So these will all print separately. Even though it looks like that, because they're not flattened, they're going to print separately. Okay, nobody wants that. Okay. What you want to do is if you want to print everything, you want to flatten it. And see the difference what it did? It put it all up here in one mat. Carol asks, is there a special printer that you need for print and cut in Design Space? No, any printer that will print from your computer. Now, some printers don't like thicker paper. If you want to use cardstock or a thicker type paper, then you might want a printer that has a manual feed tray or rear feed. So I'm going to undo all this. I'm going to undo the print and everything. So now we're back to just cut. We can choose we're going to do the teal again. And we're going to change that to print. And then I'm going to click, where are the patterns at? I'm lost again. Oh, is that film? No. Oh, it's here. I forgot. Okay. So if I want to change this teal, let me click it over here. I can click on color and change it to a pattern. Let's say I want this pattern. Reading the chat. Marty's asking if there's hex codes or RGB. There are no codes for the cardstock or vinyl that I know of. Okay, here it is. So it will print that pattern and never be afraid to hit make it. So it's going to print that pattern, and then it kind of leaves it right where you know to put the flowers. because that's how it is here. Let's get a draw image. Oh, and then we'll also work with some text. There is printable fabric you can print on. If you can get your fabric through your printer, you can print on it. Oh, these are awesome. Are these new? Vintage Revivals. These are the Star, Big Dipper, and I have not seen those, and I don't see those in the new images. These are all draw images. Okay, let's do this one. I think. No, that's completely drawing. I want image. We have to go to Jen Goody, I think. She has cut and draw images. I want it to be cut and draw in the same image. Okay, this one is. This is from Celebrate the Day. Oh, I clicked on that one too, forgot. Okay. So you can see over here, this is a cut and draw image. These are attached. So there it is. It will cut this out and then it will use a pen to write that. And it says draw right here. I don't think we can, no, let's see. Oh, if you change the draw to cut, what it will do is it will print it. It says cut and print. I've not ever tried that. And then you can change it to score too. But let's change that back to draw. We can change this one to, we can change that to draw too, and it will just draw the outline and it won't cut anything. It will just draw this on your paper. You can change that to score and back to cut. We can change that to print and it will only print this. I don't know what color that is. Let's call it lavender. Or you can't, when you click on both, it says multiple and you cannot change what it is because it has drawing and cutting. But if you go over here, then you can change it to print. This stuff is really easy. And you can click here and change it to pattern. Sharing your design space should not look any different unless you're using an iPad or the phone. Diane, you have the best husband. So here it is. If you need to edit this, I can't edit it because I have them both selected because it's grouped. Oh, I can click over here and it brings me back to the patterns and I can edit the pattern. Can make it bigger. You can flip it. My dogs are snoring. Best mom ever. You can also change the color. This is my favorite part. See, when it's draw, it shows a little square there. You can change the color and you can change the pen. So I used a pink glitter gel pen on top of that. So it'll just print out that bottom layer and then draw. I just changed the color of the shape. I'm not sure when you asked that, if you asked that before. That's what I've been doing when I click over here and then change the color. I clicked print, pattern, changed it back to that. Oh, I gotta click here. It's just what you're in the habit of doing. You can go back to pattern. This is a pretty one too. These patterns you see here are my digital paper I uploaded as patterns. And then we can edit the pattern. Now the pattern cuts off right here, so I'm just going to make it a little bigger. Now I would change the color. See how that's pink? We're going to change it. I'll change it back to black for this one. Okay, do we have any questions? Design Space did update last week, or maybe it's been 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks now, almost 2 weeks. I did a video on the complete update. Oh, and something everyone is asking about is how to find where the image is. If you right click here, can you guys see that? I'm right clicking in the layers panel. So let's add some text. Okay. My dog's, it's Kobe snoring. I think he's keeping his sister Carly awake. Kobe, we don't want to hear you snoring. Let's move them closer together. Somebody is asking about how to make it show you what font it is. You can click image info. Oh, you know what it is? When you are using fonts, they're really light. Can you see it says Arab brush stroke? I can't speak. Arab brush stroke. It's just not dark like it is when you hit these. I don't know why that is. But, and it seems you have to right click in the layers panel where it says image info. And let's see if we can weld these together and it still give us the info. Yes, it does. I'm going to undo in case we want to change that. Kathy asks, if I upload your digital paper, then I can use it in many of the projects, right? Yeah, you can use it in anything you want to print. And a lot of people have been asking about curved text and where it went. It hasn't changed places except for it might just be further over because of the font type and stuff. So curved text will not show up unless you have a word highlighted or selected, and then you can click curve and you can curve it. So that hasn't changed, but that is not on the iPad or the mobile app. Do we have any other questions? You've been having trouble contouring with the new update. I haven't. Let me find an image that would be good for contouring. Not these draw ones. Okay, let's take in the squirrel. I think I use the squirrel every week. Okay, if we click just that layer and contour is exactly the same. Maybe you're having trouble because you're just clicking here and trying to contour. If it's grouped together, you can just do it by clicking here in the layers panel and then contour, or you can ungroup it and just click one layer at a time and contour. Does that make sense? Good morning, Michael. Michael, I'm going to unbox the Empress today after class and then after the new images video. Can you do an estimate on the file size to upload? PNGs, some PNGs are really big. My digital paper PNGs are huge, so I wouldn't do that. I would do JPEGs. I don't really know the size. You on the iPad you can design and cut offline. I have many videos on contouring. You've never understood how it works. Okay. Let me try to show you really fast. These are ungrouped, right? Okay. Okay, let's pretend. Go away. Hold on. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. Okay. Contouring is used to take away cuts. Okay. So let's say we want to make this solid, or we don't want these lines in here. Okay. So we have the image selected that we want to remove cuts on, and we click contour. And then we click on the cuts we want to remove. You can click them over here, or you can click them over here to the right. And everything I removed will be highlighted. Okay, and then you can click the X or just click off of that highlighted area. Now those cuts are gone. If I ever want them back, all I have to do is click contour and I can bring them back. If I just want some of them back, I can do that. Click off of it and those are back. If I want to get rid of the outside and just have the inside, I can do that too. Do you now understand contour? That's what contour does. It just takes away images. Not images, but cuts. Somebody on Facebook is asking, please explain how to subscribe to you and the different levels or the links to do this. In my YouTube video, I have all of the links. I'm not on Facebook right now to do that. I can only see the Facebook chat. Thank you, Kathy. I can add them to this afterwards. But if you want to subscribe to YouTube, it's free. You go to my channel and there's a subscribe button over here. I don't have one because I don't. Here, we can click on May. So here she has subscribed. I'm going to unsubscribe. So if you're not subscribed to somebody on YouTube, it's free. All you have to do is click subscribe. If you want to join their channel, they will have a join button right here like I did in mine. And I joined May's channel, so I pay her $4.99 a month. And then these are the perks that I get. So if you click join on my channel, you will not be charged. It will show you the perks and then you can choose. So I have links for all of them. And if you click all of my links for either Facebook, Patreon, and YouTube, each one will tell you what you get for subscribing. If you have certain questions, just message me or email me and I will help you. Okay, do we have any other questions? Is there any feature you want to see? Thank you, Jamie, for sharing the links. Megan can't get DS to let her move her text box around. Whoops. Here it is. I'm not sure why. You double click it. Oh, this box? Is that what you mean? No, you can't move that. It just goes. Maybe as I move this, it moves. So if your text box comes up in a new place, so my text box is there. If I put it, well, if I want it in a different place, all you have to do is put one letter and then move the letter around and double click it. See, it's moving places. You have to move this around. The text box will always be just above the letters or the words. You want to put text in a circle. Okay. Okay, I have happy birthday to you. And we're going to go to curve. And we're going to move. We moved this bar all the way over to the right. Or you can do it all the way over to the left. It's really easy. I can't come to your house and teach you. No. If you want to learn Design Space, the absolutely best way to learn is to watch my videos, do what I do. Add some text, click curve. Then pause the video, do it, and then start the video and watch some more and do some more. You know how to use DS, but you can't move the words I typed. I don't understand what you mean. You can't move these words around? I'm holding down my left mouse button and dragging them. If you, maybe it's just a glitch, change browsers or refresh and try again. How can we separate purchased SVGs? I'm not sure what you mean. If you buy an SVG somewhere, it's usually in a zipped file. You have to unzip or extract and then just upload the SVG. Some people are asking about shadow. It's not a feature yet. In Design Space. But you can choose a font that has multiple layers. And this one's free. So this one, the layers are usually hidden. So you have to click that little eye. And then it put a shadow. It also filled in there, the middle. That's just the way that font is created. Let's see what this one is. So this one's not. It's hard to see that, isn't it? Let's change the color. It's not a huge shadow on this one. That one's not huge either. Whoops. There's so many. So many fonts. Feeling groovy. I like this one. I like this cartridge. So if you find some good fonts you really like and you don't have access, because these are all included in access, you can purchase those fonts and use them as many times as you like. Is there a way to delete uploaded patterns that don't work in Design Space? Let's find out. Change that to print. And pattern. I'm not sure. Can't right click on them. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know about deleting the patterns. Thank you, Ronald. Michael, coffee for Michael. When Michael and Sheila come to visit me, I own both Starbucks now from Ronald. We'll have to do a little live video or share a picture of us getting coffee. Oh, great question, Sherry. Thanks for bringing that up. How to change the... Where'd my thing go? Oh, it's disappeared. It's here. There it is. I think it's just taking time. We got a new member. Thank you, Sabrina, for becoming a YouTube member. You can now use my emojis. What was the question? Oh, okay. Blank canvas down here. You can click on this eye and it will do nothing. It will never do nothing. It will never show anything. I think they just should delete the eye. I don't think it should be there. It doesn't, there's no reason for that eye. Maybe the reason for the eye is to show that it will not cut. Like it won't cut your screen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think it shouldn't be there. But that's just my opinion. But you can click here. Okay, let me click off of it. Look at the top. When I click, look, it changes at the top. Click. You watching the top? Click. You click this little box. It says color. Click that. And click advanced. You can't see it all because my screen. There we go. And then you can click any color you want. Move that up. Does that help? I don't think you can delete a pattern under edit. We can make this print. Add the pattern. Edit pattern. Yeah, there's nowhere to delete. And you can't contour printed. Thank you, Bless Mama. Let's change this back to cut. So we're going to click no fill to change it back. And now I can contour. So you cannot contour printed images, sorry. Okay, I'm having trouble editing my text after the text box disappears. When I click on the text box will not appear. Please help. Gladly. The reason, so I can click on this and it comes back. That is because I have not welded or attached. Actually, I don't know if attached does it. Do you see how I learn? I just do things. Yep. I've attached it so it no longer will change. Let's go back. Oh, there's my shadow. Look how long that took. Is that pretty? That's really pretty. That's with one of my digital papers. I like that. It's still attached. So I detached it and then it'll come back. So if you attach it, you can detach it and then it will come back. If you weld it, you can't unweld. Welding it will not do it. I'll have to undo. If I ungroup it, it will only pop up for each letter because they are now separate. Notice how they're separate in the layers panel now. I'm going to undo. So it's still together and you have just the H. When I ungroup, I now have all these different letters. If I do anything like slice it, well, actually you can't slice all those at once. Let's send that to the back. Go to arrange, back. You can only slice one at a time, so that won't work anyway. Let me go way back to where it was before I did anything to it. Oh, it's attached now. Okay, detach. Okay, got the box. Now I can slice it, I think. Let's see. I haven't tried since the update. Move that to the back. Select it. And I can slice because this is not ungrouped. But now, when I click it, it will not bring up the text box. So if you do things like ungroup or make it an image somehow, see how it made it an image with the happy instead of just the H? You can get my digital paper at melodylanedesigns.com. And if you want to use it in Design Space, you can just print it and use it as paper. You can use it on a blog, in pictures, in signs. If you want to use it in Design Space, you just upload it here where it says pattern fill. Can you show how to make an insert for an envelope, please, or how to make one in images? Okay, let's go to new. We got a mess here. We're going to get rid of everything. I don't know that I've ever made an insert for an envelope, but you can find envelopes with them. So all of these have envelopes with them, I'm sure. I don't think they have inserts. They don't have inserts. So let's go back and we're going to go to categories and we're going to go down to Anna Griffin. Anna Griffin has them. Not all of her cards. Do you guys know which ones have inserts? Let me go to cartridges. I think some of her newer ones. I don't know which ones are newer. Let me see if these do. Okay, well, it doesn't have an insert, but this is the flap, and you can put this on the inside, so it looks nicer. Yes, Michael. Michael is Anna Griffin. He has some men thing. What's the name of your men of Griffinite? The Griffinites? Are there any other questions? I see Jamie answering more questions than I am. How do you cut this pattern you are showing? Okay. I just hit make it. And then I put white paper on this one. This is really small. I would make this bigger for one. So by making it bigger, you have to keep it grouped. See, that envelope won't go much bigger. This must be supposed to be a smaller card. So you just put white paper here and it will cut it. And you put yellow paper there and green paper here and pink paper. Do you have more questions about cutting it? Do you want to know how to put it together maybe? I would probably pop some of these up too with foam pop dots. So I would ungroup this. And then we have the card. So the card is in layers of how it goes. So it has pink at the very bottom, even though you can only see that pink right through here. And then you layer the yellow piece on, and then the green piece, and then the darker pink and the lighter pink. They're layered in this order. So let me separate these. Okay, there. So this is the top layer. This is the layer you put on last. Okay. This is the layer you put on second to last. Wait a minute. Let's move that down. So you just layer all these papers. You don't need the tiny little pieces. You just layer the whole paper. So this is your bottom layer. And then you're going to glue this one to that one, and that one to this one, and this one to this one, and then that one on top of that one, and the white one on last. Who thinks they can do that? Jessica, the hangout is the second Saturday of the month. We just had it last week. It's always the second Saturday of the month unless I change it because of things. But I don't change it very often. You cannot delete fonts from DS. Somebody on Facebook is asking. Oh, great question. Can you attach different fonts? Yes. One. Okay, now I'm going to make another text box and say 2. Okay, I'm going to change the font into, we're going to make it balloons. You can attach any images you want. They're attached. You can change the color. I can't even attach this envelope to it. Attached. These letters will now cut out of this envelope. This is not something we really want to do, but you can. You can attach anything you want. You can download fonts and install them on your computer, and all of those will be in Design Space. No, I'm not going to Creativation. If I was, I would be there today. I decided not to go. I have too many ideas of projects and videos that I want to do. I don't have time for Creativation. How to make the envelope bigger to half an inch for a bigger card. Okay. So if I was going to do that, I would group these back together. If you want it just a little wider, I would ungroup the circle here. Hold on. I can't really see what you guys are seeing. There. And I would just stretch this out wider. You can make it totally bigger. You just stretch it out a little bit. If you're not sure if the size is correct, just do it out of cheap paper. All right, are there any other questions? After this video, we are going to go to another video, and we're going to show you the new images in Design Space this week. Every week, there's new images, and there's some Spanish ones and Australian ones. Okay, there's one Spanish and one Australia so far. But there's more Valentines, and there's a stat one, like baby stats, so you make signs. There's more Valentines coming even next week, they said. Can you move the mats in a layered image to make 2 layers the same color? Yeah. Let me show you. Okay. So this is a layered image. Let's say you want to make this layer and this layer the same color. Well, there's lots of ways to do it. So let's just go over those. So I want this layer the same color as this one. So I'm going to click here, and it will show me the colors used on this project. So I'm going to click this to make it the same color. See how that worked? Okay, I'm going to undo. We're going to pretend we didn't do that. So now you don't have to have anything selected. And I'm going to go up here where it says layers. Ooh, you guys can't see that, can you? There we go. It says layers right here. And then here it says color sync. So we're going to click on color sync. And now it has all these colors. You have the option of moving the entire thing. Like if this was filled with things, you can move them all to a certain color. Or you can just choose one image at a time by clicking the image and bringing it there, and see how it switched it. So that's how you can change the colors. And now they will be on the same mat when you go to cut it. Let's undo though. Let me show you something else. If you don't want to put it the same color to cut it on the same mat, because I don't like to do that, because when I share my files with you guys, so when I share my files, I like it to look like I want it, not just to fit on the mat, so you can go back to the screen and know what it's supposed to look like. So we're going to go here. But we have room to move these things all on the same mat. So I'm clicking on this mat, clicking the image, clicking the 3 dots, and I'm going to click move to another mat. Then it gives me the option. I can choose any of these mats except for the one I'm moving it from, because I'm moving it. So I'll just click it onto the white one. And it adds it up here to the top. It changes the color of it, but I'm going to move that down. And then when I load my mat, I will just put white paper here, and then I'll put yellow paper down here in this corner. And I'll do the same thing with the green one. Move it to the white one. It moves it up to this corner. I'll put it down here. So I know on my mat, I have to only put green paper down here. And I can do the same thing. Let's see if this fits here. Yeah, it'll fit. I can move this around. I could do it this way. And then put purple or whatever I want to cut it out of there. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm seeing lots of questions. I know you can still order the truck from Chuck Couture. I'm not sure about the camper yet. Oh, that's a great question. Chantel asks on YouTube. Question, once you download a font and install it on your computer, it's always going to be saved to my Cricut. If I change computers or the font is only on the computer I downloaded it for, it will only be on the computer you downloaded it to. So I have a computer right here I'm using, and if I go to the font and download and install a font on this computer, I can see it in Design Space when I'm sitting on this computer, at the desk. I don't sit on my computer. Or I have another computer on the other side of the room, and if I go to Design Space there, that font will not be there. So that font is not installed in Design Space, but it's only on your computer. I hope that makes sense. And next week, we're going to be here 11 a.m. We're here every Saturday, 11 a.m. for Design Space class. I don't have anything in mind or planned for next week. So if you have any questions or want me to go over anything, let me know. Comment below in this video. And I try to give you guys whatever you need or what I see is needed. I think I've taught everything. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I think you will learn something from every single video. You don't have to watch them all because I teach a lot of the same things, just in different ways and things like that. Cynthia says she has not been able to get 30% off. You can only do that if you have Cricut access. It's automatic 30% off. Oh, Jennifer's asking a good question. She says when she goes to a project, let's cancel this. Thank you for subscribing. Let's go to new just so we can clear our screen. And we're going to go to projects. So we're going to go to ready-made projects. And look at how cute this is. I wish they had this for adults. I'm going to search. Oh, I always spell that wrong. Oh, that's cute. She wants to change the address. Okay, let's hit customize. Oh, we can't even see this because it's white print. There. Okay, there's no writing on this one. Okay. Let's cancel. Let's go back. My fingers. I should have took typing in high school. Invitation. I don't know which ones have writing on them. Let's try this one. Okay, this has writing. Okay, and I'm going to change the canvas just in case. Okay, so she says there's writing on the envelope, but let's just go for this. You should be able to double click this and change it. If you can't, you'll just have to delete it and add your own. I really like this font. Let's see what font this is. Image info. Oh, it's Mustache. Isn't that a cool font? Let's make this bigger so you guys can see this better. Isn't that cool? So, of course, unless your name is Kyle, you're making this for Kyle. You can just double click on that and change it to Adam or whatever you want. Oh, I think those were in capitals. I like the capital fonts better. And then you'll have to center it. Oh, you don't get the 30% off on the mystery box if that's what you're trying to get it off of. Thank you, Glenda. All right, guys, I think I've answered everything that I can answer right now. Type insert for envelope insert. Oh, let's see. Okay. I don't think it will come up because they don't have just envelope insert. That's cool. I've never searched insert before. Let's just see what comes up. Ungroup. So this is really just a tag you use. It's not the same. Okay, I'm unboxing the Empress after the next video. The next video, there are not as many new ones as there usually are. So I think it will be really quick. So you can hang out. I'm going to start the next video in just a few minutes. I just really got to go change the title to my thing. There's the Empress. I've not opened it yet. So I thought we'd do that together. But let's go look at the new images. So I'm going to end this video. We're going to start a new one. I have to start a new video because I have a playlist of new images that have been added every week. Oh, Jennifer, yes. You might have to detach it. If there's letters attached, you have to detach it. This one that I showed wasn't attached, so just always play around with it. When you have trouble with anything in Design Space, looking at the layers panel can tell you why. If you know the rules, like slicing can only be 2 layers. Nothing grouped or attached. Thank you, Avery. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video in just a few minutes.